Welcome friends, welcome to this lecture. In this video, we will discuss about assignment solution of week 11 of subject NPTEL antenna, and the name of the week is or name of the topic is Yagi-Uda and log periodic antenna. So in this video, I am going to discuss about some MCQs and examples of past 3 years of assignment from the NPTEL. So let's start. The primary objective of Yagi-Uda and log periodic antenna configuration are to achieve dash and dash respectively. So generally, Yagi-Uda antenna is designed to obtain larger gain. Okay, because Yagi-Uda antenna have lower gain, so we have to achieve larger gain for the design specification. And in log periodic antenna, the bandwidth is very low. Okay, so we want to achieve larger bandwidth. Okay, so Yagi-Uda antenna is generally designed to achieve larger gain, and log periodic antenna is generally achieve or designed to achieve larger bandwidth. So the answer is C. Okay, high gain and high bandwidth. 3-element Yagi-Uda antenna is given to you. Frequency of operation is given to you 925 megahertz, and the gain is also given 7 dBi. Substrate parameters are also given. Epsilon r is 2.55 and h is equal to 0.16 centimeter, that is height. Width is also given as 0.3 centimeter. What is the approximate driven length and length of the driven element or feeder? So generally, the length of the driven element here, this antenna is not simple Yagi-Uda antenna, it is printed. Okay, it is because substrate parameter also given. So we have to take care about this dielectric constant. So this is the equation for finding the length of the driven element, that is L plus D, that is equal to L plus W is equal to 0.48 lambda, where D is the diameter, or we can say that width, both are same. L is the length of the feeder element. Okay, so this feeder element is generally dipole element. Okay, so this is the equation of dipole antenna. Okay, so length plus width, or we can say the diameter, is equal to 0.48 lambda. So length that you have to find, width is given to you, that is equal to 0.3 centimeter. Lambda, that is not given, so you have to find out the lambda. So here lambda is equal to C by F, that is normal, but here it is the printed Yagi-Uda antenna, so we have to take care this epsilon r. So in that case, this lambda is nothing but the lambda 0 divided by square root of epsilon e. Okay, and this lambda 0 is nothing but C divided by F. So C is nothing but velocity of light, F is frequency, that is given to you. Epsilon e is not given, but epsilon r is given to you. Epsilon I is 2.55. So generally epsilon e is generally less than epsilon r. So you can take it as a 1.5. Okay, or 1.1. Generally 1.1 is the standard value of epsilon e for any antenna. So put epsilon e, find the value of lambda 0 and find the final lambda. Put lambda in this place and equate for the L. So in that case, you will find that L must be equal to 14.5 centimeters. So the answer is B. Now all the data remain same, and then we have to find out the length of the refractor element. So generally the Yagi-Uda antenna refractor element length must be in the range of 0.5 lambda to 0.525 lambda. Okay, so now lambda you have already calculated by using this equation. Okay, put lambda in this equation, multiply with 0.5 as well as lambda multiply with 0.525. So we have this range. So that means our refractor element should have a range between this value. So carefully observing this, all the 4 options, which option satisfied this range? Okay, so only the B option is satisfying 15.8 centimeter because it is between this range. Okay, so answer is B. Again, what is the director element length? So the length of the director element for Yagi-Uda antenna must be in the range of 0.4 lambda to 0.45 lambda. So put the value of lambda over here, you will find this range. So which option satisfied this range? So the answer is B, 13.1. It is within this range. So answer is B, 13.1 centimeter, because it satisfied this range. Okay, so the answer is B, 13.1, because it is covered in this range and it is satisfied in this. So the answer is B, 13.1 centimeter, because it is satisfied this range. So the approximate length of the direct element must be 13.1 centimeter, because it satisfied this range. So the answer is B. Okay, so it satisfied this range. Okay, next, what is the space between the reflector and driven element? Okay, so all the data previously remains same. Lambda we have calculated in the sub part of MCQ 1. Okay, remains a sub part of MCQ 2, it remains same. So what is the range of this distance between reflector and feeder? it is 0.2 lambda and 0.25 lambda. Similarly, you can put the value of lambda over here, you will get this range, and from that you will get the answer C is equal to 7 centimeter. What is the spacing between the director and driven element? So this is the range of a director to driven element length or distance, 0.3 lambda to 0.4 lambda. Put lambda in this equation, multiply, and you will get this range, and the answer is 10 centimeter. Okay. What is the maximum gain achieved? So generally printed Yagi-Uda antenna generally exhibits 7 dBi gain, up to 7 dBi. Okay, so the answer is A. If the gain of the antenna is to be increased from 7 dBi to 9 dBi, what is the in the higher frequency region? Then if you want, then what to do? Okay, so this is the one of the unique characteristics of Yagi-Uda antenna. In order to improve the coverage area of antenna, or to increase the bandwidth, or to increase the gain or directivity, larger number of directors should be there. So if you increase the number of directors, then definitely size would be increased. Okay, the circuit becomes complex, but the gain is increased. Okay, so to increase the gain, reflect director must be added. Okay, so the answer is D. Now we are moving towards the example and MCQ related with log periodic antenna. So log periodic antenna is given to you, frequency range is given to you, 800 megahertz to 2000 megahertz, where 800 megahertz is the lower frequency range and 2000 megahertz is the higher frequency range. Directivity is also given to you, 9 dBi. Maximum value of T and sigma is also given to you, 0.86 and 0.16 respectively. Wire diameter is also given to you. First question is, find out the length of the longest and shortest dipole will be what? So this is the wavelength corresponding to lowest dipole, and this is the wavelength corresponding to highest length dipole. So lambda L is equal to C divided by FL, and lambda H is equal to C divided by FH. This is the wavelength corresponding to smallest dipole, and this is the wavelength corresponding to longest dipole. So C is nothing but velocity of light. Okay, 3 multiplied by 10 is to 8 meter per second, and FL is nothing but the lower frequency, which is equal to 800 megahertz. Similarly, FH is also 2000 megahertz. So you calculate lambda H and lambda L. So this is the equation for finding out the length of the dipole. So L plus D is equal to 0.48 lambda. Okay, where L is the length and D is the diameter. Okay. Now we have to find out the L. Okay, so L are also two types. First is the smallest dipole length, and it is the highest length dipole. Okay, so LL is equal to 0.48 lambda L minus D. If you equate for L, then you will get this equation. Put the value of lambda L and D is nothing but the diameter, that is equal to 0.1 centimeter is given to you. Similarly, LH is equal to 0.48 lambda H minus D. Put the value of lambda H as we have already calculated in this part. So if you put, then we will get answer is B. So LL, that is length corresponding to smallest dipole, that is equal to 7.9 centimeter, and that is length corresponding to highest dipole, that is equal to 7.1. Okay, so this is the highest dipole length. Okay, LL is equal to highest dipole length or maximum length of the dipole. This is the minimum length of the dipole, that is equal to 7.1. So answer is B. Now we have to find out what are the number of LA elements should be there. Okay, so this is the standard procedure to find out the how many arrays that antenna contains. So first find L2, that is equal to tau IL. Okay, so tau is nothing but the reflection coefficient, that is given to you 0.86. So 0.86 multiplied by 17.9. 17.9 is nothing but the length, maximum length, that is we have already found. In this case IL 17.9. So multiply, you will get 15.394. Again L3 is equal to tau L2. Similarly you can calculate. So up to what extent you have to calculate? Okay, so you have to calculate up to the value which is less than this LH. LH means 7.1. Okay, so you have to procedure this, you have to follow this procedure, or you have to repeat this procedure until you get the length that is equal to less than 7.1. So if you observe that at L7, if you calculate L7, then you will get 7.242, that is definitely greater than this. Okay, so if you find the L8, then definitely this value must be less than 7.1. That means you have total 8 length. Okay, so 8 length, that is equal to 8 number of elements. Okay, so the answer is 8. Okay, so you have to repeat this procedure until you get this value which is less than this lowest dipole length, that is 7.1. So this is the L7 is 7.1 is greater than 7.1. So you have to follow for the L8. So L8 must be less than 7.1. So the answer is 8 elements. What is the entire length of the parabolic reflector antenna? So in that we have to calculate we have total 8 array elements. Okay, so we have to find the distance between all the elements. So let us calculate the distance between first and second dipole, that is equal to d1, and that is equal to 2 sigma L1. So sigma is also given to you in original example 0.86, sorry 0.16. See the sigma IL, I have you have already L1. So L1 you have calculated in this part. Okay, so take all the values from L1, L2, L3 up to L7. Okay, so you calculate D1, D2, D3, D4 and so on. Okay, so we have total 8 array, so we have to calculate up to 7. Okay, 8 array, that means we have to calculate the distance from 1 to 7. Okay, so now what is the total array length? That is equal to D1 to D7 addition plus diameter of the dipole. What is diameter of the dipole? It is given as 0.1 centimeter. Okay, so now add all the D1, D2 up to D7 plus 0.1, that is equal to your final antenna length, that is equal to 26.318. So answer is A. What is the radiation pattern of this antenna? So generally Yagi-Uda, printed Yagi-Uda antenna have end fire direction radiation pattern. So the answer is D. Radiation pattern of your Yagi-Uda as well as log periodic both are same. Okay, because all the array are fed with out of phase element. So answer is end fire direction. So answer is D. Which simulation software cannot be used for EM simulation of antenna structure? So IE3D, CST Microwave Studio and HFSS, all three are used for the simulation of antenna parameter, but Microsoft Excel is not used for the simulation of antenna parameter. So the answer is D. Okay, it is not used. So that's all from my side. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture, and in next lecture we will discuss about assignment solution of week 12. So I hope this information may be beneficial to you for the current as well as upcoming NPTEL session of this antenna subject. So we will meet in next video. So till then, be happy, be safe, be fearless, and keep faith in Almighty. Thank you very much.